This clip is brought to you by BoutTheOnline.com.
Why? What's happening?
I mean, despite the circumstances, a lot of death and bereavement and stuff going on at the minute, but we try to stay positive and keep building, you know. I see that you out there looking good, looking clean, looking fresh.
Look, I got a new perspective on life, you know. I got to go with the flow. I was in the slump and I came up out of that slump, you know. I'm all good now.
That's what's
I'm all
up.
prayed up. I'm all prayed up, you know.
Well, you know what? The best of us definitely go through some stuff sometimes, and it's about overcoming. And, you know, that's, I think, the important message. Obviously, sometimes it's not that easy for everybody. Some of us go through some stuff and then don't really get to overcome. Like even mentioning Skull, he was in a situation where he was, you know, pretty much on his own and stuff as well. So
Okay.
I don't know if you can spread any light for the fans that want to ask, you know, what was Skullduggery like to you as a person, man?
I've been knowing Skull Duggery, man, ever since he was 5 years old, you know. I raised up right around the corner from him. He stayed on Clower and I stayed on Magnolia. That was before I moved into Magnolia Project. And he was a little humble boy. He come from a good family, you know, Mr. Andrew, Miss Genevieve, his mama, you know, I know all his uncles and his aunties, his grandmother. I knew the whole family, you know, but Skull was a child. You know how a child have their own mind? Skull was kind of a different child back in the days, man, you know. I don't know what was going on in his household. I just know he raised up in a family to where they was church people. Miss Genevieve was a choir director, and his daddy was a hard-working man, Mr. Andrew. You know, his Uncle Phil, his Uncle Tinker. I grew up, man. Tinker used to run together. Name they thing in Squalls, you know. And his uncle was my pastor who baptized me at the church, Mr. Squalls. But Skull kind of, he grew up kind of rough. He grew up in a good family, but he grew up rough at the same time. You know, that I can't really explain it because I don't want to go into detail about his personal life with his family, but Skull was kind of like a kind of disturbed child when he was young, man. You know, he grew up kind of different. But he was a good dude, though, man. You know, he had a good heart. You know, he gonna be missed, bro. I mean, you always supposed to give a person their flowers when they're here, man. You know, and I talk to Skull just about every day, every other day, up until he passed away. Skull was in the hospital for about 280 something days, and I might have talked to him 200 of them days. You know, trying to help him out, trying to give him the sense of direction of which way to go when they get out of there. But I didn't see him coming up out of there because he was looking worse and worse in that hospital, you know.
Well, no, that's real. And I mean, when we talk about like health issues and stuff like that, sometimes people can overlook it. And then when something like this happens, then it makes people think and realize and start to understand the importance of stuff. We did hear that he was hospitalized at one point, but we did think that he had returned home. So even just hearing that he was in that position there on his own for so long, it's definitely unfortunate.
Skull was on dialysis for a long time, man. A lot of people didn't know that he had to do dialysis. You know, what was the cause of death? I don't know. I didn't get into deep. I didn't investigate to go that deep in it. You know, I was hurt so bad by him passing away, man. I just couldn't believe it. But you know, I can say I seen it coming, but I can't say that. I'm not God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people used to count me out, and a whole bunch of them gone before me. I'm still here. You know, so
Yeah.
man.
I don't think you can never really see it coming, you know, even if you think something's on the horizon, you never know when. I mean, this year I lost a cousin, I lost my grandmother. I mean, I was actually there, my grandma passed, but, you know, you never know, even though we were saying, oh, yeah, she might be going anytime soon, you know, for the next few months or something, you never know on the day. So as you said, you know, only the man upstairs definitely got the calling on that one. A lot of fans have chimed in, even talking about Skull and his music and stuff, and just the impact that his music had. His first album, Hoodlum for Life, and then These Wicked Streets. A lot of people have noticed that he had a strong message of how he used to speak about stuff going on in the streets and stuff that relates to the Black community and stuff like that as well. So even you saying about his upbringing and stuff, I think you could probably pick up on some certain aspects in his music that is kind of he was a very deep brother.
Yeah, when he was growing up, he lived right down the street from the Magnolia. I like about, let me see, you got Washington, 2 blocks. He lived 2 blocks away from the Magnolia. So, all the way from the Magnolia, all the way up to Jackson, it was just like you was out the Magnolia, because that's everybody hung in the project that was in that area. And Skull used to have to prove himself a lot. They used to call him Boozy. I hate to put that out there like that, but his nickname was Boozy. And he used to have to prove himself a lot, bro. And he wasn't no coward. He can fight. He had some hands, but he had to prove himself. He was a good dude, man. I mean, everybody got their hang-ups in life about what they do and what they done did wrong. But we human. You're human, man. Humans make mistakes, do things. Humans weak to things. Humans do certain things that they're not supposed to do, but they do it anyway. I mean, that's life. That's why you're human.
That's a fact, no. I mean, when we want to think about his legacy and his music and stuff, which he'll definitely be fondly remembered by a lot of his fans, they're saying that his music got him through so much difficult times and different things like that. What do you remember of his music? Like, what sticks out to you? I know a lot of people have said that, Where You From is one of their favorite Rowdy tracks. And what's some of your favorite Skullduggery music?
His favorite music when he was with Spiral for Life. Okay. When he was with Carlo, and that first album he did, I thought that whole album was fire except for one record on there. The whole album except one record. And I used to get on him about that one song, It was a song about his mama. He say, "Mama, why?" To me, it was a whole bunch of bullshit. I ain't like the song. But, that was his music. That was his song. And he had a few with No Limit that I used to like. One of them, it was a real controversial song. He used to make dudes fight in the club. He had a fight song. I think him and Lil Boosie, one of them did the song together. One of them guys out of Baton Rouge. Okay. It was either Lil Boosie or the guy, I forgot his name, man. Mm-hmm. The one that got killed.
Nussy?
Nussy, yeah. Him and Nussy did a song together.
Yeah.
And it was real controversial, but it was a fire song. It was gangster. And he was working on a lot of stuff before he passed. Every now and then he'll send me a song and let me listen to it. He was working. He was really adamant about putting out a song or putting out another album, man, before he checked out of here. But he never got a chance to do it. It was something else I wanted to say too, bro. You got a lot of dudes keep getting on Facebook and getting on here talking about how much they miss him and he gonna be missed and he was this and he was that and he was the other. Man, nigga, you should have thought about that while the man was in the hospital. You should have went and saw him then. They always want to wait till you leave to give you your flowers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to never come see me. I'm not even much worrying about all that. Don't come see me now. Don't come see me later. It is what it is. For real. The man was on his dying bed reaching out to a whole bunch of people. And I know he was reaching out to him because I used to be making the phone calls for him. So if you're going to give a man his flowers, give them to him while he's here, man. If you cool with him like that, like you say he is, when you be on there talking about how much he's going to be missed, go see him. Go check him out. Go holler at him sometime. Go bring him a meal or something to drink, something to smoke or something, shit. Go do something for him. Mm. You ain't got to give him no money. Just go see him. Just go show him some love,
Well, that's real. I mean, he did seem like he was reaching out for love even for some of his posts and stuff that he made. And as he said, sometimes it's easy for people to chime in after the fact, and I did say even on one of our posts, that's something that we all got to do better at, giving people their flowers while they're here and not just after they're gone, you know what I mean?
Right. And, but, this is what's going on in life, man. We're only guaranteed one thing in life. We ain't guaranteed nothing else. But I know we guaranteed that. We just don't know when it's going to happen.
No.
We don't know when and we don't know how, but we know it's gonna happen. That's why people better get their business fixed with God right now. Don't try to wait till you're on your dying bed to get your business fixed with God. Get your business fixed with God right now, man. You know, that's the only person can make you at ease when you go home, when you leave here. I'm good. I've been had my business fixed with him. You know, when I left all that behind. But Skull, man, he gonna be missed, bro. He was a good dude. In spite of what a lot of people say, you know, he was a good dude. And then a lot of things they say, they need to go ahead on and leave that foolishness alone, because things like that is happening every day. It's just a lot of them never got caught. That's the difference. A lot of them just never got caught. So they need to leave that foolishness alone. When somebody die, man, just let that go. He gone, let the past go with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, man. I think definitely we have done our best to moderate comments and stuff, even on this channel and on our social media and stuff like that. Because as you said, some people, they take it as an opportunity to chime in with foolishness, where it's like, you know, somebody's passed, you want to pay your respects and stuff like that, or appreciate others that are coming on to pay their respects and not throwing stupidity into the mix, you know. It's like if somebody passes and then you get people coming up with stupid remarks, it don't really much make any sense, you know. You gotta go out your way to do that, on top of it when somebody's no longer here. So, you know, desecrating a dead person doesn't really do anybody no favor, you know. It doesn't solve anything, so it's not a good look.
You know how I look at a negative comment? I just start looking at a negative comment with love, because if you're going to burn up that much energy paying attention to what's going on in my life and what's going on with me, I mean, I'm something special. Because you waste a lot of energy worrying about me, you know? And I think that's something special. I don't even much entertain it. If somebody say something bad about me, that's their opinion. I can't, you know, it ain't nothing to be done about that. But I mean, it's a limit to what you can say. You can't just say no anything to me, but you can voice your opinion. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, we got a lot of people out here that did something they had no business. They just never got caught. So who are they to judge? You know, no, you can't judge that man. You don't know what he was going through. And I'm gonna put this out there. They don't even much know. A lot of people really don't know. And I hope his family don't get mad at me for saying this, but it is what it is. Skull had mental problems, bro. Skull been having mental problems ever since he was a little boy. You know? But he seemed to be real stable. He was good. But Skull had been through a lot in his life. A whole lot, bro. Believe me, I know. I was right around the corner from him.
So. Yeah, he seemed like, I mean, you could tell he was he was deep, and even in terms of you know, some of the stuff he displayed in his music, not just even the rowdy stuff, but stuff that would take a depth of imagination and a depth of experience and even understanding. So it's like I said in one of the review videos I think I did on his music, like it wasn't until I got older and started listening back to some of his stuff that I was understanding some of the things that he was talking about and stuff. So I think he was definitely ahead of his time in one aspect with his music and how he was able to deliver stuff and throw shit down.
Yeah, he had to raise up kind of fast. He had to man up real fast. Get out there and take care of himself. Just a young age, he had to start taking care of himself, you know. Like I said, you know, he come up kind of rough. He come up in a holy family, but it was kind of rough, you know. I just seen a lot of that.
Facts. And, you know, he was definitely passionate about his people and his race and stuff as well. And, you know, just some of the plight that I guess some of our people and stuff have gone through. So he definitely going to be missed. A lot of the fans have been continuing to throw in their tributes and stuff. So we're going to ask them to continue to do so. You know, condolences, obviously, to his family and stuff, too. And, you know, we definitely want to say rest in peace to Big Skull.
Big Skull. Skullduggery, Skullduggery. Like he used to always say, Falachi, fool. Oh, Boozy. Yeah, bro. What I'm saying is, a lot of times people don't know the best of us and got caught up, man. You just gotta, it's not so much as what you did, it's so much as what the system made it look like what you did. The system railroad a lot of us, man. You know, they take the time out to try to get something on us so they can control us for the future. And what better way to control a man is by giving him that charge right there. Something that's gonna hang over his head for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? So every time you try to do something or try to make something happen, they're gonna pull your record up and that's what's gonna be on that record. And the people gonna step back and say, oh no, we can't hire you. Well, we can't have you around here. You know, that's the first reaction that come up out of that, man. So it's hard, man, when the system railroads you. Now, you know, they got a lot of sick people out here, don't get me wrong. But, you know, like I was doing my research on something. I looked at Louisiana alone, and the guys in Louisiana, 95% of them is a plea bargain. Because they'll tell you you're going to do 100 years if we convict you on this. But if you take these 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, we can go with that. Now, if my charge worked 99 years to 100 years, how you going to give me 3 years out of it? If my charge that bad that I have to get 99 years for it, how you going to give me 3 years out of it if I admit to doing it, knowing I didn't do it, but I'm going to admit to it just so I can get that small time?
Sound like a setup.
That's a setup, man. It's been that way. We under Napoleon laws in Louisiana. They got 95% of guys locked up in Louisiana as a plea bargain, man. You know, and it's designed that way. They designed it to keep us locked down, man. Man, they've been working on us ever since we was in school.
Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on BouncInOnline.com. Check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.